Coming up, we unmask the story about clowns.
And we have an update for Chapel, Scan, and Scrammers. I'm Ashley Chiappetta.
And I'm Brennen Scarborough. And Eagle 7 News starts right now.
Now, from the Mel Johnson Studios at the University of Northwestern, this is Eagle 7 News.
Nobody likes clowns. With Halloween and all the accompanying spook coming around the corner, we wanted to know what we could do to stay safe on campus. Eagle 7's Sydney Werlein talked with Pete Sola and students to get more information.
Things like Ronald McDonald and fun party entertainment has recently taken a cynical turn.
I hate clowns. I can't stand them. They creep me out. I don't understand why they're still a thing nowadays.
Pete Sola, head of public safety, told us more on the clown sighting phenomenon.
What I've heard about the clown problem would be people who are dressed as clowns that are at least initially trying to creep people out, but some of them have also been involved in some criminal activity, and so that has caused a bit of a scare nationwide for these clowns that might have more than just creepiness in mind. They might actually want to perform some sort of violent activity against people.
Let's step back and see where it all began.
At first I saw it on Facebook as being starting off in the East Coast, like South Carolina and North Carolina. It was just like whatever. But then in like the past month, it's like blown up to something crazy, ridiculous, stupid.
The interesting part is that these sightings have centered around college campuses.
Northwestern would be at the same risk, I think, as anybody else within our community. So students should definitely, keep their eyes open for activity like that. Anything suspicious, really, but certainly a clown. They could call us in public safety if they have some concerns.
So just remember to always travel in groups, and if you see a clown on campus, to call public safety right away. For Eagle 7 News, I'm Sydney Werlein.
If you're interested in all things Halloween, Force has an event coming up tomorrow night. Force is holding its annual open mic tomorrow night. This year, they're doing it a little differently. The theme is Halloween. Everyone is welcome to participate as an audience member, performer, or costume competitor. The best costume will win a gift card. The event is from 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night in the Robertson Student Center. Contact Force for more information.
And if you're considering walking out of chapel this morning, you might want to listen up. To more accurately track chapel attendance, the process of scanning into chapel has been updated. Instead of scanning in at the beginning of chapel, students will scan out at the end. This change has been made in an effort to stop scanning and scramming. Stick with Eagle 7 News for continuing coverage of this hot topic on campus. And speaking of hot topics, Sydney, what is the weather going to look like this weekend?
Thanks, Brennan. Well, we've had a beautiful start to Quad 2, and it's just going to continue that way with highs in about the upper 50s. And especially if you want to get out and enjoy that fall weather, get that Instagram, go to some apple orchards, maybe just fall leaves. This is the peak time to check out our fall colors, and especially Saturday with highs in 62 and a lot of sun. So just get out there and enjoy this fall weather while we still have it. Mark, what are sports looking like?
Thanks, Sydney. It was a great week for Eagles sports. The volleyball team moved up to 19th in the AVCA poll and is now ranked number 1 in the Central region. The Eagles went undefeated this week, downing UW Oshkosh, Gus Davis, UW River Falls, and UW Superior. Their next match is against St. Scholastica tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the Erickson Center. Great job, ladies, and good luck the rest of the way. After a letdown performance versus McMurray, the Eagles football team bounced back big this Saturday by defeating St. Scholastica 14-7. The Eagles snapped Scholastica's 35 UMAC game winning streak and put themselves in a position to make the NCAA playoffs for the first time in program history. The Eagles travel to Westminster to play the Blue Jays at noon tomorrow. The men's and women's soccer teams were in action this past week, with the women's teams losing 3-0 in a tough-fought battle down at Augsburg before bouncing back against Crown College, winning 1-0. Meanwhile, the men's soccer game was called off this past Monday due to weather, but they were also victorious over Crown on Wednesday. Both men's and women's teams are back in action tomorrow against UW Superior, with the men playing at 1 p.m. and the women playing at 3:15, both on Reynolds Field. Winter is coming, but with it comes Northwestern's most beloved sport, basketball. This past Saturday marked the start of the men's and women's basketball seasons. Both teams enjoyed great success last season, with the men making an NCAA tournament run and the women finishing 4th in the NCCAA tournament. Finally, congratulations to men's golf for winning the UMAC title and qualifying for the NCAA tournament in the spring. That's it for sports. Back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Mark. This week, the third and final presidential debate took place. I sat down with College Republican Chairman Nick Solheim to discuss the choices in this year's election and what he says voters should do.
There are an innumerable amount of things that I don't agree with Donald Trump on. First of all being, I really don't think he's a real conservative or Republican.
Nick has been a political icon around campus, and he gave us some insight into how to vote this week.
I would say it's every American's civic duty to vote. And I think the biggest thing that I would like to remind everybody of is, even if there's no one that you feel good about voting for president, a lot of those down ticket races are really important. And what I started off telling people earlier this year, as things were starting to come where they are now, is I was saying, the presidency is just one branch of, a tri-branch government, if you will. Congress, as well as your local legislatures and governors and stuff like that, hold a lot of power.
We also asked him if he would ever consider voting for the candidate on the other party.
I would never in a million years, not even with a gun to my head, vote for Hillary Clinton. I do believe, while Donald Trump has many flaws, calling her Crooked Hillary is not one of them. I will say, while a lot of the things, if the things that Donald Trump has been recorded saying are true, are criminal, so are Hillary's. And I think there are a lot more, definitely on Hillary's side, but I would say that we definitely have two crooked criminals running for president.
For Eagle 7 News, this is Ashley Chiappetta.
This fall, Northwestern students are making a difference in the lives of teenagers across the Twin Cities. And it's a unique organization on campus that is making that connection. Jonathan Lansma has a story.
There's been new talk going around campus about a new club that you can get involved with. We talked with the leader of the club, Joni Reynolds, to see how you can get involved.
So we go into different churches every Wednesday night and lead the youth ministry free for the youth pastor. So I've gone through 4 crews. I've had 4 crew, and now I'm on my 5th team this year. So fun because we get to come alongside churches and youth pastors and encourage them and give them a chance to take a break if they want. So currently we have 14 members on the team. I'm super excited. As of January, we are going to start having 2 teams travel every Wednesday night to different churches. So we're going to be able to double our impact in going into churches. And we are currently looking for a few more hires. We had a student, and it was a group of girls, and she just stood up, and she wasn't even comfortable enough to sit down during our small group. And she just stood there and just said, "I don't get it." And she just sat down and she just broke down and wept. And she was just asking just raw questions about what Christianity is and how she doesn't understand it. And she came from a really, really hard background, and she has a new family loving on her and fostering her, but she was just asking really hard questions. And it was such a fantastic moment for me to sit back and watch our Northwestern students. There was like 4 of them just feeding life into her. But what I love about it is there's students with all different majors, which is the body of Christ. When you think of in a church, there's so many youth leaders and volunteers in the churches, and they don't have a degree to do it. They love Jesus, but they can serve.
Youth Crew is a great opportunity to get involved here around campus. I know from firsthand that Youth Crew is one of those experiences that you will never forget. I'm Jonathan Lansma, and this is Eagle 7 News.
Youth Crew focuses on students in middle school and high school and offers paid positions. Ashley, it was the first week of Quad 4. How are your classes looking?
They're going good. Busy already, but it's going good. How about you?
Yeah, same. They're really busy, but we'll see how the rest of the quad goes. Okay, that's all the news that we have for this week. I'm Brennen Scarborough.
And I'm Ashley Chiappetta. Stay fly, Eagles.